And then we also have, is it Tropical Storm Cristobal, Taylor?
It is.
Okay,
yeah.
we've got meteorologist Taylor Stephenson in the streaming studio.
Hi, good morning.
To chat with us about Tropical Storm Cristobal. And you are editing and working as we speak.
Yes.
Because this is brand new news.
It is.
What do we know about this? What do we know about the track? Give us the latest.
So Cristobal just formed as of 11 a.m., so literally the past 15 minutes. And Cristobal is actually going to be an extremely short-lived tropical storm. Right now, here's a look at Cristobal, and you can see that its track was starting north of Bermuda just as a trough of low pressure, which is like an upper-level system of low pressure. And a low pressure system formed, got a little bit more organization. So the Hurricane Center says this is now a tropical storm. Right now, Cristobal has sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, gusts up to 60. It's moving super quickly east at 25 miles per hour as it heads closer to the Azores, which gets away from the U.S. and towards Europe. Now, this trek of Cristobal is very short. I mean, we're talking it being a tropical system for maybe 24 hours, if that. As you see, it will weaken into a tropical depression by early tomorrow morning, and that's about it for this storm. Now, that is so interesting to me because we are watching two other areas in the tropics, and I was actually watching for the area that was in the high potential for tropical development to become that storm first. So you'll see here as I edit this graphic again, as you see that X here around portions of the red X to the north, that is now Cristobal, but the red X to the south, which you'll see me edit in real time, is that one that I was actually watching for earlier. So we're going to take this one away because that red X to the north, where I just got rid of that development chance, is actually Tropical Storm Cristobal. The one in the red, that is Invest 92L. 92L has a high chance of development over the next 7 days as it heads towards the Caribbean, towards the Lesser Antilles. Behind that, we also have another area in the tropics, another tropical wave that emerged off of the coast of Africa that has a low chance development at this point over the next 7 days, though I do anticipate that to rise as we head into the end of the week in terms of the development chances, just because you can already see showers and thunderstorms are numerous near that area of low pressure. So it is interesting that Cristobal is the storm to the north and not necessarily the one to the south there that is in the central Atlantic or the south central Atlantic. But of course, that just shows that hurricane season is definitely gearing up. Now, Cristobal is only our third named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. We went through Arthur and Bertha. Both Arthur and Bertha did impact the United States. And for Cristobal, good news, what we call it, this kind of storm is a fish storm, meaning that it's just going to stay over the open waters. It really won't bring any impacts to land, which is good news. And again, Cristobal should diminish into a tropical depression by early tomorrow morning. Now, I do want to give you another look at the tropics, but we're going to go to the other basin, which is the Pacific Ocean, where we are watching two other areas of potential tropical development, which I'll pull up here, because this actually could impact the United States, but not necessarily the lower 48. So as my graphics load, I am watching for two areas of potential development, two actually high-risk areas of potential development in the Pacific Ocean. And in those areas, we could see some named storms becoming the possibility of becoming named storms, those areas, as we head into the next few days. So here's a look at the areas in the Pacific, and you see both of them have a high chance development over the next 7 days. The one to the left, that has a 90% chance development over the next 7 days, and the one on the right has a 70% chance of development over the next 7 days. Both of them have the same identical tropical wave formation, tropical development formation within the next 2 days. So 90, 90, 70, 70. Now, the one that's the 90, 90, we could potentially see that impacting Hawaii later on this week. So we'll keep an eye out for that, as that could become the next named storm. I'm going to pull up the names for the Pacific hurricane season, because we do have two separate naming lists. The Atlantic hurricane season has a naming list. The Pacific hurricane season has a naming list as well. So East Pac, or Eastern Pacific hurricane names. And we've already been through A through G in the Eastern Pacific. So a lot going on. So our last one was Genevieve, and Genevieve actually was a Category 5 major hurricane, and that was also a fish storm. It just went over the open Pacific, and basically fizzled out. The next one is, looks like Hernan. So Hernan is the next name. So that, and it looks like, I hope I'm saying this right, Isel, like it looks like Giselle but without the G. So Isel, it would be the I name. So watching for what could be Hernan and Isel by the time we get into the next few days. That's the Eastern Pacific. Again, in the Atlantic, we have our third name storm of the season, Cristobal. Cristobal will not impact any land and definitely not impact the U.S. So that's the good news here.